A processor executes billions of calculations per second. In a poorly designed environment, a single misplaced instruction or isolated memory fault will cascade, crashing the entire machine and wiping out unsaved data in an instant. Compare this to a modern server, where a similar memory fault in an active application simply forces that specific program to close. The rest of the machine continues operating without interruption. The difference between these two outcomes lies in operating system structure. This is the strict internal organization of the operating system's kernel. This structural blueprint dictates how internal components are physically and logically arranged, how they communicate, and how the massive responsibilities of computing are divided between hardware and software. Designing this architecture is an exercise in damage control. The choice of structure dictates whether a minor computational glitch remains localized or triggers a catastrophic system-wide meltdown. Every operating system is constrained by a core architectural trilemma. Engineers must balance three competing priorities: execution performance, component modularity, and system security. Maximizing one variable inevitably degrades another. There is no mathematically perfect architecture that achieves high security, modularity, and maximum speed at the exact same time. The primary metric for evaluating these trade-offs is the system call. A system call is the specific mechanism a user-level program uses to request a privileged service, like reading a file or allocating memory from the operating system kernel. Every time a program needs the hardware, a system call is made. How the architecture routes that request through its internal defenses determines the computational overhead and the system's vulnerability to attack. The history of operating system design is an ongoing engineering effort to route millions of system calls per second with as little latency as possible, while ensuring no single pathway can compromise the entire machine. Early computing environments, such as early Unix and MS-DOS, operated close to the bare metal. They utilized a simple or monolithic structure. In a monolithic design, every component of the operating system, from file management to device drivers, is compiled into a single massive program running entirely in kernel mode. This yields high execution speeds. Because all functions share the same memory space, there is zero communication overhead. A system call moves directly from hardware to the required service. The cost of that speed is low security. There is no fault isolation. If a minor component like an audio driver encounters a bug, it can write over shared memory and the entire kernel collapses. To introduce order to this unified chaos, software engineers developed the layered structure. This architecture divides the operating system into strict strata, starting with hardware at layer 1 and building up to the user interface at layer N. Each layer communicates only with the layer beneath it. Imposing these hard borders creates a performance penalty. A system call from the user interface cannot jump straight to the hardware. It must be sequentially processed and verified through every intermediate layer, generating computational drag. Layering successfully contained errors and allowed engineers to debug specific sections of the system in isolation. However, sluggish execution speeds forced designers to rethink how kernel space should be organized. Operating systems like Mach and Minix moved away from raw speed. They utilized the microkernel structure, prioritizing security and stability above other metrics. A microkernel strips the kernel down to bare essentials, retaining only critical functions like memory and process management. It secures the system by ejecting all other services up into the unprivileged user space. This creates high fault isolation. If a graphics driver fails in a microkernel architecture, it only crashes itself in user space. The core kernel remains unaffected, and the system survives. Because these services are perfectly isolated, they can no longer share memory. This requires inter-process communication, or IPC. IPC is a set of programming interfaces that allow independent processes to coordinate, passing messages back and forth to the kernel and each other. IPC introduces the primary flaw of pure microkernels. Executing basic tasks requires the constant routing, packaging, and verifying of messages across strict architectural boundaries. This creates a performance bottleneck. Isolating every service ensures high stability, but the heavy communication tax renders the system too slow for high-performance computing. Extreme security is computationally expensive. To solve this, systems like Linux and Solaris adopted the modular structure, leveraging loadable kernel modules. This approach maintains a fast core kernel while building in standardized interfaces. It allows external modules to be dynamically loaded into the kernel only when needed and removed when they are not. Windows and macOS followed a different trajectory, utilizing the hybrid structure. Hybrid models combine the size and execution speed of a monolithic kernel with the modular routing and message passing logic of a microkernel. Both modular and hybrid designs intentionally violate strict architectural theories. They allow more services into the privileged kernel space than a microkernel would permit, but isolate them better than a pure monolithic design. Most widely used operating systems abandoned theoretical purity, demonstrating that commercial viability relies on pragmatic engineering compromises to balance speed and maintainability. At the absolute extreme end of the isolation spectrum lies the virtual machine structure. This architecture hosts entirely independent operating systems simultaneously on a single physical machine. This requires the introduction of a hypervisor. A hypervisor is a foundational software layer sitting directly above the hardware, acting as a mediator that separates the host operating system from the guest operating systems above it. The hypervisor provides total system isolation and precise resource sharing. It creates a secure sandbox, allowing engineers to safely test software across multiple OS environments without risking the host machine. This level of isolation demands a massive trade-off. Running a guest OS requires the hypervisor to actively emulate physical hardware, which consumes vast amounts of CPU and memory, resulting in steep performance overhead. Virtualization perfectly contains failures and provides a secure testing ground, but sustaining the illusion of multiple independent machines requires immense hardware power. To evaluate these 6 structures, we return to the core architectural trilemma, the unavoidable tension between performance and system flexibility or security. This chart graphs the structural trade-offs, plotting performance on the horizontal axis against security and flexibility on the vertical axis. The monolithic design sits in the bottom right, delivering peak speed with little protection, while the layered approach trades speed for organizational order. The microkernel design shifts to the top left. The strict isolation of user space increases security, but the heavy communication tax limits its execution speed. Modular and hybrid systems occupy the top right. By blending techniques, they recover nearly all the performance of a monolithic system while maintaining security and flexibility. The virtual machine sits at the absolute peak of the security axis, providing total environmental isolation, though it pulls back on performance due to hardware requirements. This inverse relationship between computational speed and architectural isolation is an inescapable law of system design. Selecting an operating system architecture is not about finding a flawless, universal solution. It requires engineers to precisely match structural trade-offs to the hardware limits and security demands of the machine. Operating systems are a study in architectural compromise. They are a continuous, evolving effort to balance on the razor's edge between execution speed and system failure.